All right. Some of the negative people, don't answer the phone for them in the morning. For real, I want you to charge. You're not going to be able to charge talking to them. All right. They're going to suck the life out of you. On your way to do excellence, you on the phone with that. Cut that off. The drama, let's like have a time for the drama. We like no drama until about 3:15, 4 o'clock. I'm just being honest. This is stuff you can do. Just no drama, right? Negative people, toxic people, they're not going to get the first fruits of me. They're not going to call me at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning on my way to do great work, and I've already expended some energy on that. We're going to let that go. Negative thinking, negative thoughts, right? We're going to practice that. We're going to do. So, and again, I don't mean to share a person's business, but a friend of mine's son recently he passed. His son was 20 something years old, and you know he was devastated, and we continued to counsel. And I said, listen to me, I know this is going to be hard to do, but there's a mother who lost her child right after delivery. You had your son for 21 years. Let's count our blessings. Now I know it's tough, but you think you got it bad at 21. What about the mother who lost her child in 6 weeks? You got a chance to graduate from elementary school, graduate from middle school, graduate from high school, enlist in the service. You had that opportunity. You had someone come to your door you had that experience, like your son was buried with dignity. What about my little cousin that was 25 and shot in the back of the head, execution style in the store? I know it's rough, but count your blessings. And so what I'm asking you to do when life in the morning throws you a curve in the afternoon, I'm asking you to stop. I'm asking you to retrain your mind. I'm asking you to be mature and think I could have said, my wife's got MS. This is the death of me. I got up that morning and walked and said, you must be doing something phenomenal. I don't know what it is right now, but I know it's something phenomenal. You know what it was? My wife had a plan to retire in about 17, 18 years. And what that did was she retired. She's smelling roses like she never smelled roses before. Life is so much meaningful. When she talk about walk, she gets up in the morning like, I can walk. What most people take for granted because it will mess with your brain and your 7 legions on her brain, none on her spinal cord. But if it was on her spinal cord, that connection between the brain and spine, so when you move your arm, it won't necessarily move. And that doesn't happen. So when she wakes up and she can move her arm, she like, oh, look, my arm. Like most of you get up like the arm, you don't even know you got an arm. Like, you don't even know. You just went through the whole day. You've used your arm. You didn't know you had it. But when you were diagnosed with MS and you can walk, you can open your mouth and the words come out. You can remember things. It's a different appreciation. So now we have a marriage ministry, and now we have a church, and we're building a church. Right? We're building a church. I'm building a house of worship. I could put that on my resume. What are the things you've accomplished? I spoke. Air Force. I'm building a house. Like, this is big stuff. Like, I'm way past the NFL. You did NFL, NBA. I'm like, girl, that was years ago. NFL? You still on that? The NBA? Come on. I spoke to people that changed the world. I'm building a house of prayer and a place of healing. I'm on something different. So had my wife not gotten diagnosed with MS, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing now. Now she travels everywhere with me, and when she can't fly in and fly out. So these type of events, she can't do. If she flies in, we need at least 4 or 5 days to stay in the city before she can get on another flight. But my son, stand up. My Y is here. Stand up, son. My Y is here with me, though. Yep, my Y is here with me, though. Yep. So maybe not my wife, but my Y is here. So I need you to take care of yourself. Let's go to the next one, son. I need you to take care of yourself. Good. Excellence is A1 service, right? Or not service at all. We talked about that. Let's go, son. Yeah, let's go. I can't give you something I don't have. Right? You can't give us something that you don't have. So take care of yourself so you can take care of us to the highest level. You got me? Come on, take care of yourself so you can take care of us at the highest level. Good. Next one. Balance. Excellence in one area isn't excellence at all. I cannot stress enough. We need you. Balance. Yeah, I love it. Look at my son. I love it. Thank you, son. I love it. Look at that. Balance, guys. So you can't put everything in one cup. You got to spread it out. Right? So do me a favor. Those people that constantly take, They're like parasites. You gotta let them go to somebody, because they'll take everything you have and you have nothing left. All right. So we got to get rid of the parasites, the sharks, right? The flies, right? We got to get rid of all of that stuff out of our lives. Like, let's go to the next one. I need you to take care of yourself again. I need you to remember your why. I'm leaving. I need you to remember your why. Because your why will push you from eating out of trash cans, living in abandoned buildings, having absolutely no purpose at all, to now being people's motivational coffee when they wake up in the morning. I went from being homeless, y'all. Only in America can you speak for a living. Can you speak for a living and take care of your family? My kids went to Michigan State. They don't even know what a student loan is. Somebody asked my daughter what FAFSA was. She was like, is that a pair of shoes? Like, FAFSA, is that the new shoes that's out, FAFSA? Like, no, sweetheart. That's the federal. She's like, oh, okay. I don't know what that is. Matter of fact, she getting late fees because she forgetting to tell me to pay because she know I'm going to pay. I'm like, why didn't you call me? Oh, I didn't know, Dad. Only in America can you put forth excellence and get something in return. There are other countries, I don't care how hard you work in that third world country, there is no reward. And so we have an opportunity of a lifetime. And people say, E.T., how can you talk about America's a great country? Don't you see what's going on? It's problems everywhere, but what a place to live. That I put in my work and I'm getting the rewards. That I put in the work and my kids are getting the reward. I told you, my father dropped out. My grandfather, I graduated from Michigan State University and I watched my son walk on the same stage twice, when he graduated from high school and when he graduated from Michigan State. Now my daughter's about to walk across that stage. Legacy. Only in America can you create a legacy. And not only are we creating legacies, you are preserving that legacy. You make it possible for Eric Thomas to speak all over the world. Now, I'm just ignorant. I just love us so much in America. Like, I'm all over the world in America speaking. I just me and my wife. I don't have no bodyguards. I'm like, I'm in America. I'm good. Somebody called me yesterday, like, Dubai, we want you to speak. The government wants you to speak in Dubai. I called my boy, like, make sure it's safe over there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I was like, how do I know that, that I need to go over there? He was like, don't worry about it. It's a system and we'll go through and we'll punch some numbers in. And he hit me back. Was like, it's safe. I was like, all right, I'm taking your word for it. I'm being honest. I'm in Compton here. I'm in Compton. They're like, oh, you going to Compton? I'm like, it's America. I'm good. I make a phone call. Somebody gonna take, are you hearing what I'm saying? There's a legacy. You can create legacy here. And only because of what you do. And so at the highest level that you do it. Now understand something. And this is where people get it wrong. They think legacy or excellence once is excellence forever. That's not the truth. The excellency that we have in government now, the excellency that we have in our community, the excellence that we have in our service is what somebody did 10, 15, 20 years ago, and we're reaping that now. What we're doing today, tomorrow will benefit from. Understand that. What happens tomorrow is based on what we do right this second. So you got to keep this legacy alive, guys. Yes, we have some problems at home. We'll fix those. We are a great country. We'll fix that. We're resilient. We'll make that happen. We will hold each other accountable. We will do that. And you got to hold each other accountable. When you see somebody you can't wait on leadership to say something. That's not excellence. Excellence is when you are among your comrades and you say, that's not excellent. That's not right. We don't got to call nobody. I used to tell my son, you the oldest. Don't call me. Don't call your mom. You let your sister know. That ain't right. Because she going to let you know that ain't right. Hold each other accountable. Don't think you're doing yourself, your relationship with this country, any justice when you don't say anything about somebody giving 80%. And the only time you're scared to say something if you're not giving it. That's the only time. Only time you're scared to hold somebody accountable is something you're not doing. So I need you to do it so you can hold them accountable. Because based on what you do is how we live. I'm leaving, you staying. And at any moment, anything, you can get deployed. At any moment, anything can change. At any moment. So I need you to be resilient. I need you to be strong. I'm leaving you. I need you to be what I call, you've heard the message I've done before with Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson. I need you to be that type of resilient. Where Buster Douglas got knocked down. Nobody had ever gotten knocked down by Mike Tyson before. It was the first time it ever happened and they got up. It's the first time. It's probably the first time anybody has wanted to get up. No, come on. For those of you who older like I am, you remember a Mike Tyson fight. First round, you go get popcorn, come back, it's over. You paid $25, you upset. Yeah, pay-per-view 25, it's over. Most people, I used to think that they would get hit and they could get up, but they was like, what, for what? What's the purpose? What am I trying to prove? I just made $2 million and I can walk home. Nobody's ever wanted to get up. Buster Douglas was the first one that ever got knocked down by Mike Tyson and got back up and won. And when asked how, he said, because my mother died and I promised her on her deathbed that I would beat Mike Tyson. And when I hit the ground, I didn't feel like getting up. But my why? I promised my mama. Mike Tyson was no match. And Buster Douglas never won another fight because he never had or tapped into another why. So as I leave you, I need you to tap in every day. Because every day when you see E.T. bring that fire, you don't see like your phone, the stuff, the systems that's going on behind it. You don't see that. And it's my wife, and I don't never want her to go back to work again. Because we understand the stress of MS. And I remember her fighting me to quit her job. And then I remember us walking on the beach one day and she said, can you do me a favor? I said, what, sweetheart? She said, can you make sure I never have to go back to work? And so when I stand up here, I stand up with that power knowing, E.T., don't make her go back to work. E.T., your son and daughter work. Don't make them go back to, make sure you create that life for them. So when you get out of here, every day, that motto, I need to become your life. Not 90%. Not E.T., it's not fair. I'm giving 99.8. That's not what you committed to. You committed to 120. 100 is you do exactly what they tell you to do. 120 is you do exactly what they tell you to do, and then you do the stuff that you know that you got in you, because they don't even know what's inside of you. They know what they want you to do, but there's still some more inside of you that they don't even know about, and I need that every single day. Beautiful. I had a young lady come to me the other day, and she wanted to be a nurse. You know, so we was kind of walking through it. And I was like, what do you have? She told me. I was like, what do you have? She's like, well, I just left school. You know, I ended up, getting pregnant. So I just ended up leaving and I want to go back, but I don't want to ever. And she was just like, okay. I was like, well, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm looking for a mentor. I was like, oh, great. My wife's a registered nurse. Because you go to church, my wife go to church. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I were you, I would start asking her questions because everything you're trying to do, she's already done that. Right? So the one thing she could do is eliminate all ignorance. So you don't have to be ignorant about the field. You don't have to be ignorant about the course of the class. She knows all of that. So the only thing you're missing now is, are you willing to get up and do the work? Right? Some people are ignorant even of the information. Then she told me she's at Michigan State. I was like, oh, we will have to do some homework then. I'm going to have to help you because at Michigan State, you pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, you need about a 3-point, I don't know, somebody help me out. Last time I was here, you need like a 3.7, 3.6, 3.7 to get into college of nursing. Is it still the same, Murray? So I mean, pretty much you all A's, like 1B, right? So we got to make sure in terms of your grades, or you might have to go somewhere else and try to, you understand what I'm saying? But I can be realistic. Once I see your grades, I can be realistic, say, oh, you got 2 C's, you probably ain't gonna make it at Michigan State. You might have to go to another school. You can still be a nurse, but you might have to go another route. Does that make sense? All right, good. Let's talk about the second thing is, what don't you have? Like, and this is critical. What don't you have? Because all these things are going to stop you from getting to that next level. So let's talk about it real quick. Somebody's got a goal and a dream. What don't you have in terms of getting to that next level? What don't you currently have? And you should know this list. Like, go home and write both of these lists down, because what you don't have, you need to start doing your homework so you can what? So you can go get that. Right? Good. What don't you have? Good. Consistent work ethic. Good. I love it. Write that down. That's good. That's good. Is that something that can be obtained? Absolutely. Good. Yes, sir. Experience. Good. And is that something that can be obtained? Absolutely. Good. Somebody else. What don't you have? Time. Yep. Good. That's a big one. Good. What don't you have? Say it again. Connections. Good. I love it. Good. And so when you don't have connections, let's just talk it through. Where do you start when you don't have connections? Say it again. Self. Good. Explain that one to us.
Good, I like it. So use what you have. Go. He said, go through your phone. Who do you already have in your phone? Because the rule is there's how many degrees of separation? How many? 6 degrees of separation. So you start with what? The first degree. Like whatever that degree is for you, you start with that degree. So let's just be free. All right. So let's say somebody you don't know that you want to know. Just make up something so we can help you out. Just make up something. Give me a name of somebody. Obama. Good. Obama. Right? So I don't know Obama, but I do know Obama. What do I know about Obama? He's from Chicago. Good. So that, I got it. He from Chicago. Anybody else in the room from Chicago, raise your hand. Anybody from Chicago? One. Good. We got one person. Nobody else from Chicago? Good. We got one person in this room from Chicago. We can go up to her and say, do you know Obama? Good. Do you know somebody that might know Obama in Chicago? Yes. Good. Can you give me that person's contact information? Yes. How many if there were, so I just got to you, that's the 6th one, right? We got 5 more. How close do you think this person is to Obama in degrees? 1 degree. So you got somebody in the room that knows somebody that's 1 degree of separation. You understand how easy that was? But watch it, write this down. But you cannot accomplish what you have not focused on. If you're not focusing on it, it can't happen. But once you begin to focus on that thing, now you put yourself in a position where we just playing. We're not even serious. We were just playing. We said Obama. And he said immediately Chicago. Somebody said Chicago, and boom, 1 degree of separation. Does that make sense? Make sure you write that down. You cannot attract what you don't focus on. You cannot fix what you don't admit needs to be fixed. All right, so watch this. I'm going to ask this question real quick. All right, watch this. Watch this. Y'all ready? How often have you thought about the fact that you're not consistent as it relates to your work ethic? Good. Good. And how do you think about it? Good. Good. So on a scale there's 7 days in a week. How many days do you think about the fact that you're not consistent? Good. 7 days. And when you think about it for the 7 days, is it a passive or an aggressive thought? Good. So there we go. We're about to fix some stuff right now. So what do I mean when I say it's passive? What do I mean when I say it's you passively thinking about it? You think about it, but you do nothing about it. That's passive. You think about it, you recognize it, but you don't do nothing about it. What can we do to fix that immediately? What can we do to fix that right now? Good. Make a schedule. Good. What else? Have you got a schedule? Full-blown schedule? Not full-blown. So we got a schedule, but it's a what kind of schedule? It's a passive schedule. Come on, y'all, I'm teaching. When anything that's passive in your life is not going to happen. Anything that's aggressive is what? It's going to happen. Do I passively come here on Mondays? Is this passive? As a matter of fact, if I'm coming, what do? I post a video. What time do I post a video? About noon. That's not what? That's not passive. That's what? That's aggressive. That's not passive. Today, I got into bed about 5 o'clock to try to take a nap. Now, it didn't work, but I did. I got up and took a shower at 5:35. I had my outfit in my mind. The only thing I forgot is that I didn't have a car. No, I forgot I didn't have a vehicle. Daughter got the truck because her car messed up. The Mercedes in the shop because I hit a pothole. So I didn't have a car. But because it's aggressive and not passive, what time did I call y'all and tell y'all I need a ride? 5:50, not at what time? Not at 7. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So I want you to write down what things in your life are passive and what things are aggressive. So good. So we got a schedule. So now we're going to get a aggressive schedule. Good. All right. What else can we do? Good. Use a planner. All right. I just tell Siri, please remind me I got to do this. Good. What else can we do? That's the bingo. anytime you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you need to get somebody else in your life that can push you to do it. Does that make sense? Because if you could do it on your own, you would what? You'll be doing it. So apparently you don't got what it takes to do it. So you have to find somebody who's what? Who's aggressively doing it already. You got to find somebody who's aggressively doing it already. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, good. So we got passive and we got what? Good. So we're gonna get an accountability partner. Anything else? Massive action. So I just want you to wake up and just start writing down action stuff. Even if you don't mean it, just start writing it down. Talk to me. Good. Yeah, but still share every single day. Share, get on the scale. What's your scale? Let's talk about that real quick. So if you're trying to lose weight, that it's easy. Like if you're trying to lose weight, it's easy. They got something called a scale. So you can just jump on that boy every day and look at it. What's your scale though for trying to be a better student? What's your scale for trying to be a better husband or wife or whatever you business partner? Like what's the scale? Somebody talk to me. What's the scale? What do you use now? Let's write this down. What's the scale? What's the measurement tool you use to know if you're where you're supposed to be or you're not where you're supposed to be? Because that's dangerous. Grades. Good. So one of the things we cannot do, grades are good, but we cannot wait till the end because grades don't come out till late. So I'm feeling where you're at, but let's work with it and work it out because that's late in the game. Like grades is like the score at the end of the game. Right? That's like the score. So we don't want to do that. So let's help you. That's good. But let's talk about how do we get to that? What's that? Yep. Good. Okay, so let's start with your motivation for your academics. Good. So how many days of the week should we be motivated? 7 days. Good. So how do we measure our motivation? Good. Figuring out why. Yep. If you're motivated by purpose or goal. So I was with Inky Johnson in Atlanta. Inky blew my mind. Raise your hand if you ever heard of Inky Johnson. Okay. If you have not, go look him up. So I was with Inky, right? And Inky was we did an interview for the podcast in Atlanta the other day. And so, you know, Inky, I don't know what you call it, but like Inky, prostate, that's what you call it? Okay, so it just don't work. You got the little boy on it. So he said, it's hilarious. He said, a year after he did it, because he played for Tennessee and was supposed to go to the pros, the best medical facility in Tennessee said, we want to work with you for 2 years. No cost to you. But here's what we need you to do. We need you to interview 10 people you love and ask them, is it worth you doing it? Don't make sense to me. I would think you would ask me, but they said, no, this is gruesome. It's 2 years. So go to your mom, go to your dad, like go to everybody you love, your wife, and ask them, is it worth you? So he said he went to 10 people and asked 10 people, do you think I should do it? The number one question they asked him was, is it going to work? And so he said, he went to the doctor, asked the doctor, doc, they all want to know if we do it for 2 years, is it going to help? And the doctor said, we can't guarantee that. So he went back and told the 10 people what the doctor said. All 10, he said, loved ones said, don't do it. And he said, okay, I got to ask the question though. Why are you telling me not to do it? He said, we're telling you not to do it because what if you do it for 2 years and nothing happens? And he said, okay, that's not good enough. I'm going to do it. No. I want to go back to, we said motivation. I want to go back to what you said. You said the motivation, if it's like the process that you're doing it for or the goal, the prize that you're doing it for. So Inky was like, forget it. I don't care if it work or not, but I just want to go and try it. He said after about 6 months, the doctor came to him. The doctor was like looking funny. The doctor was almost in tears. In a year, the physical therapist was hurt. And Inky was like, what's going on? And they were all like, look, we hurt that. We spent a year with you and nothing has happened. So at this point, you could just come out because we don't want to waste another year. Inky was like, don't even worry about it. Let's go one more year. We went one more year. At the end of the year, nothing changed. And his family was like, nothing changed. He said, no, something did change. He said in the 2-year process, I became a monster. And I learned how to do something without getting nothing. He said, I learned how to emotionally attach from a goal so I can do it even when I don't emotionally feel like doing it. He said, I'm a monster. And if you type Inky up, he comes in as one of the top speakers in the world. Why? Because he went through a 2-year process and didn't get nothing, but he learned to work even when he didn't feel like working. He learned to grind when he didn't see nothing. And most people, you said it, but most people will not be successful. They will not reach whatever they wrote, because when there's not anything emotionally attached to it, they're going to quit and give up. Most people were closer than they ever thought they were to finishing that big thing, but they never finished it because they didn't feel like finishing it, or they were doing it and it was pain. And most people quit in the pain because the pain hurts so bad that they don't know if they want to keep going to get to go. Now, Inky, one of the best in the world. Why? Because Inky had learned that that the process is more important than the actual prize. And so some people will never reach this. Why? Because you're going to wake up most days and not feel like it. Like you're going to wake up most days and not be pumped up. You're going to wake up most days and not feel like doing it. But when you can get to a point that you do it anyway, then there's no way